we are.
Hello.
It is time for discussions and drinks.
Our drink today
is Jameson.
We're back to Jameson.
Irish whiskey.
Nothing
too crazy.
Fancy.
We were gonna
today.
break out the other one as a possibility, but
we forgot. Yeah.
So when we do our little celebration at the end, which we will tell you guys about later, it'll just be with Jameson
Probably.
But what you guys don't know is, or maybe you do know, Jimmy and I have not done one of these discussions and drinks in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Which means that we have not recorded the show in 2 weeks.
Yes.
Which means a lot of shit has gone on.
Right.
And
it's been a crazy couple of weeks.
It's been a crazy couple of weeks for both of us in many capacities. So we're going to do a little bit of catch up and see where it goes. We're not going to really do like the pick a topic kind of thing today.
Or maybe we will. We'll see.
Maybe
we'll see
what
where,
we do.
We'll see where it
brings
goes.
us somewhere.
Yeah.
But
we'll see what happens. We want to say hello, welcome, and thank you to our patrons over at patreon.com/baconismypodcast who are watching and hanging out with us live right now. For those of you that are not watching us live, that are seeing us on a later date, if you do want to see the show live, you can do that. But thank you guys for being a part of it, and we appreciate you. It is the fun part.
Yes, the lifeblood.
The lifeblood, yes.
So we should hit an intro.
Yeah, let's do it.
Bacon! Bacon is my podcast! Bacon! Bacon is my... Bacon! Bacon is my podcast! Bacon! Bacon is my...
Oh, shit. Nope.
Interruption!
I was going to do the hold up. Hey. But that was better.
Nice.
There's no time like today to take care of your hygiene.
Indeed.
And one of those things that can help you, if you're a man or a woman even, Manscaped. Manscaped can help you with their lawnmower 4.0.
Yeah.
Their lawnmower 4.0 has skin-safe technology. It's a ceramic blade. It's waterproof. It's got a nice little LED light, so this way you can see underneath all those crevices.
Shave your privates in the shower in the dark. Don't actually do that.
Don't do that.
But you could.
Yeah, you could with Manscaped.
Because you have a light.
Indeed. And for guys, listen, the perfect package 4.0 is like where it's at for you guys. Because it comes with not only the lawnmower, not only the weed whacker for your ear and nose holes.
Well, we got one. So bring it up real quick. What you also get, for one, you get the lawnmower 4.0, which is ceramic blades. It's not going to cut you. It's got a guard so you can, make sure that you got a trim in some spots. You got to the skin in other spots. You make sure that beanbag's shiny. We also have some...
Package that beanbag in...
underwear.
The underwear.
Yeah.
It's got the little ball pouch.
It does have the ball pouch.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's great.
Separate. It's technology.
This right here
I like
is
this.
for when you are shaving your balls.
Yeah.
It's little placemats, so this way...
It's like a newspaper.
Yeah, but then you just you shave them, you crumple it up, you throw it away. No mess, no huss, no fuss.
Yeah.
Right?
It's also got some. It's got some fun, funny articles in it.
It does. It does when you read
I
it.
recommend you definitely read it, but not while you're shaving your nuts.
No. There's the ball deodorant.
Yes, I use it every day. Crop preserver.
And the crop reviver.
I don't use it every day, but I have used it plenty
of times. It is pretty fantastic. You need that midday spritz.
Yep.
Just go for it. Freshens you up right away.
Who doesn't love a little spritz on the beanbag?
Exactly. And where do I keep it all? Well, right here. The shed, baby.
You know what? The shed is a pouch for the things to clean your pouch.
Exactly.
Right?
I use it personally for my toiletries when I travel.
You do? I've seen it.
I've got multiple. I've got a few of them.
Uh-huh.
So, go ahead, manscaped.com. Use the promo code BACONPOD.
You get 20% off this entire order plus free shipping. Not only can you get the Perfect Package 4.0, but you can sign up for their program where they will send you new stuff automatically.
New blades.
Every month, every 2 months, every 3 months. You decide what you need. If you need new blades every 3 months, they'll send you new blades every 3 months. If you want to check out maybe the crop mops.
I can't talk about the crop mops enough.
They're my favorite thing.
Yes.
Get those every month.
When you come and you hang out with us and we see you and stuff like that, we always have crop mops on our person. So
yeah, it's like
sure
a business
us.
card, but for Manscaped and not us.
Yes. So go ahead. Yeah. Manscaped.com, promo code BaconPod, 20% off, free shipping. Call it a day. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Hey, we just realized.
Did we just do that whole thing muted?
No, we did not, because it mutes when you do the intro.
Ah, okay.
So
I saw mute show up and I was like, did we just do that whole intro with no sound? But
honestly, given the past couple of weeks, if we did that, wouldn't be off brand. Wouldn't be off brand for the
looking at our comments from our Patreon patrons right now, I can see that they at least did hear us.
Yes.
Which is fantastic.
No. Thank you guys for hanging out with us, and please weigh in on the situations that we bring forth.
Yes.
Bring forth.
Forthwith.
Yes. So, yeah, it's been a fucking crazy 2 weeks, huh?
It has.
It has been full of
ups and downs and sidewayses.
Yeah. I mean, like the downs were a lot. The ups were more recent. Mm-hmm. And I have an up.
Yeah.
For you.
Okay.
And them.
Yes.
That you and I haven't talked about yet.
Sweet. What do we got?
Well, let's wait. Let's wait on that.
Oh man.
We're
just announcing that we're going to have an announcement?
It's not an announcement.
It's
kind of like an announcement, isn't it? Yeah, but
I have something I haven't told you. We'll get to it.
Yeah, we'll get to it. But let's start with you, man.
He's teasing all of us.
How are you doing? So, despite what everybody else sees in our releases and what we do, mm-hmm. we do have a lot of content built up. But we also do our our Twitch stream on Thursdays and stuff. And last Thursday, you texted me and you're like, "Hey, I'm gonna be there," but
right.
And I'm like, "Whoa, you don't we'll figure it out. Like, it's okay."
Yes. So yeah, I haven't. I don't post about my stuff, my personal stuff, or any of that, but I figured we're on here, so might as well do it. But last Wednesday, I was at work, and all of a sudden, I was in the middle of a lesson, and I got incredibly dizzy. Everything kind of like I felt too high, mm-hmm. right? For all of you out there who have gotten high before. Looking at a couple of you in our patrons.
He wasn't high at work, by the way.
I was not high at work.
he was not holding children while he was high. But
feeling of being too high, that's kind of what I had, where you feel like you can't stand and you're wobbly and things just aren't steady. And so I finished my lesson. I had one more lesson to do for the day, so I did that lesson too, and just kind of really sat there and tried to not move a lot, and was like, "We're just gonna have you sing songs for the show today. You're warmed up, right? Good," which is great. I give everybody a warm up that they do on their own, which is perfect. And yeah, I actually got it was to the point where I knew that I couldn't drive. I called my girlfriend Annie to come pick me up and take me to the ER. And I went to the ER, and I spent the night there. And they ran all kinds of tests to figure out what was going on. They ruled out quite a bunch of things, which is good. I did not have a stroke. I didn't have any kind of thing like that. We were thinking vertigo, brought on by allergies, high blood pressure, things like that. They thought,
wait, man, you're in a band. How could you have high blood pressure?
Right, exactly, right. They thought possibly some kind of inner ear thing that could be causing vertigo or something like that. So, they kept me to do all the tests, and I still have a bunch more to do. I've been going and doing them all week, but I got out. I was waiting all day on Thursday for an MRI. I had to call into work. They told me they were doing it in the morning. And so I was like, okay, well, I can go to work.
What's the biggest thing about fucking hospitals is that they're on their own time.
Yeah.
And you know what? Like, listen, there may be people who are more in need of these things before you and stuff like that. I wish, personally, as a person who has stayed in the hospital several times before, I wish they wouldn't tell you things like, got a couple hours and you're good to go.
Right.
It's like, hey, listen, you're not dying right now, so we're going to get you in as soon as it's open. But there are people in way worse shape.
Right.
And then we'll get you.
Or even like, we don't have anybody to run this machine for a while.
Oh my God.
Or whatever.
That is legit a huge problem. A huge problem. The tech isn't here today.
Yeah. And you know what? I get it. It's hard to get people. People are leaving, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, so I was supposed to get it in the morning. I did not get it in the morning. I got it around 3 p.m. So when I texted you, I was like, hey, I'm going to let you know that I'm in the hospital so that you don't hear about it from somebody else. Because at that point, like, Annie had spoken to a few people, and I just, I didn't want you to hear it from not me.
Well, the reason why he didn't tell me is because he wanted to do a discussions and drinks.
Well, yeah, I was going to...
And then tell me there, and I was going to be like, what?
Right, I thought it might be kind of funny.
Yeah, that's awful.
But yeah, so for the most part, I'm okay. We don't know what's wrong. We're trying to figure it out, and I'm doing tests. I'm going and doing tests and stuff like that. I'm testing. Since then, I have been in a constant state of somewhat feeling a little bit high.
Right.
I have not felt normal at all. Today, actually, is the most normal I've felt.
That's good.
Which is good. Which means that it's maybe it's running its course, or it's getting through, or something. I'm waiting for results for a couple of tests I did on Friday, where I had an amazing visit with a doctor, which was incredible. For all the hilarious reasons.
A multitude of reasons.
And yeah, so I made it here Thursday. We did our live stream.
And the whole time, man, I'm just thinking, Mike, he doesn't. I'll figure something out. He doesn't have to be here for this.
Yeah, man, the grind, the struggle's real. We got to do it,
man. This guy,
we got to do it.
So I know that given your situation, like the things that you're feeling and stuff like that, as a singer, as somebody who rehearses 3-4 times, 2-3-4 times a week,
right?
I know you like the first time you did it, you had a little bit of a struggle.
Yeah.
Yesterday was another
little weird still,
but you did earplugs. Mm-hmm. Did that help?
It did. For whatever reason, my ears have been were way more sensitive to loud.
Really?
Like just high piercing was like shooting into my head. Where it was like making me like almost like see stars.
So like a cymbal hit was like,
yeah,
oh fuck.
Right. Which I thought might have been kind of a vertigo thing if that's the issue. So I tried earplugs, and I've worn earplugs for the past couple rehearsals. And it has helped. It's I need to get better earplugs. I ordered some high fidelity earplugs so that I'm not muffling things. Mm-hmm. But so far so good with that. And like I said, like we're figuring it out.
Yeah, I mean, another option too, and I threw this out to him. I have an in-ear system, but what you could do with that in-ear system is have your vocal in one, and then have a room mic on the other.
Right.
And then kind of mix that room mic in so this way you can feel what you were looking to feel. Like that's always been your drawback. We've talked about it on the show.
Right.
Where you're like, hey, I like to be immersed in the situation.
Right.
It's not a perfect fix, I doubt. It is, but I think that maybe that would help.
Everything's worth trying. We'll try these earplugs. If that doesn't work, then I'll probably move on to something like that.
Yeah.
I'm trying things based on a cost and efficiency basis first.
Well,
to see how
I will tell you, the inner monitor system won't cost you much because I have one.
Right.
I'm not using it right now, so you can borrow it.
See this guy.
Just saying. We use each other, man.
That's true.
In many ways.
So that was part of my week. I also got to, for the highs, I got to go on a great trip.
Right. Which, man, when he told me about what they were doing, I was like, that is awesome. And I literally, because of the weekend I was having, I literally could not wait for the text messages from you about what you were doing next.
Right.
And it was awesome because I got to see some of that before social media.
Yeah.
And it was really cool because then I was able to ask questions and stuff. So, yeah. Tell us all about that trip. That is freaking cool.
Yeah, so for those of you that don't know, my girlfriend Annie, who's the coolest person that I know, has a very cool job, and she works for a rock star and does lights, and I think I've said it on the show before. Yeah.
Yes.
She works for Joan Jett. She runs lights for her, does tour managing for her. She's on tour with her all the time. And they're about to go out for the summer, and so this was like one weekend that she was going to have before we probably don't see each other very much for the next few months. And so we decided to go to Connecticut, and the main reason to go was because Chelsea Handler is one of her favorite comedians. And she's read all her books and she loves her.
Jen too. She
yeah. And so Chelsea was doing a show on Sunday, and it was like, okay, so let's anchor it to that, and let's go and just kind of have some fun. And Annie found this other show that she didn't tell me about. And then we found out also that Styx was performing on Saturday night, who she knows the whole crew from. So she was like, do you want to go see Styx? And I was like, yeah, sure, why not? I'll go see Styx. Who, by the way, is incredible live. Like, I went in there going like, okay. Once again, like, not thinking of all the songs that I know. You know? And it's like, I went in and I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna hear "Come Sail Away" and "Renegade," and it was just
Renegade.
So many songs.
I'm looking it up just because I have to, because I actually, when I was going for my black belt, I was going to use a Styx song for my black belt. My form.
For the form? Nice.
And I will find it. It is just way, way down here. Because it is certainly not 1999 Styx. It was... Okay, here we go. It was an album. Equinox, Crystal Ball, Grand Illusion. Nope. Paradise Theater.
They have so many hits. Man.
Yep.
Like, so many hits. It's crazy. And they're so good live.
Rockin' the Paradise.
Rockin' the Paradise.
Was the song that I was going to do it to.
Fun fact, the Jim Vignato, the guy that directed and put together our Complicated video, wrote an entire Styx musical with a storyline based around their songs, and Annie ran lights for it when she was in school.
That's awesome.
And then the musical didn't get picked up and didn't get bought. So then Jim started fronting a Styx tribute band called Rockin' the Paradise, who I believe he still does to this day.
Wow.
Yeah, full circle moments.
That's awesome.
Right.
That's awesome.
So we had that.
I do digress.
We had that on Saturday that we found. Immediately, I was like, okay, well, we're just gonna randomly do things. You know,
Right.
we're not gonna plan. We're just gonna find stuff. On the way down, we happened to be passing the WWE building, and she has a friend that works on like edits together, like, you know, at the end of the pay-per-view when they put all the matches back together at the end. Like, he's part of editing together promos.
It's gonna be such a
and all that kind of
stressful
stuff. Oh yeah. Well, they have a group that's like 7 people or something like that, and they each get a match, and they're doing it throughout the entire show. And then like the last person is literally doing it while
it's playing.
they already send the first part of it to them, and they literally get that last part to them as the one is playing. And they just are like crossing their fingers like, okay, I hope everything, like, I hope it's sent correctly.
Oh my God.
I hope everything lines up correctly. And it's just like fingers crossed until it starts, and they just edit it. And they just like, they fade one out, fade one in to try and make it seamless. And it's like go time.
Oh my God.
He said it's just crazy. But she texted him and was like, hey, are you at work? Can we stop by? And he was like, sure. And we got to tour the WWE studios, one of the buildings, and check out a bunch of their editing rooms, and meet some of the people there, and see some of their like big promo rooms, or like where they film like the Bump and like all those online shows. So we got to see a lot of that, and then I started looking up like what's Connecticut famous for food, and I found that they had reportedly the #1 pizza place in America. We went. I wouldn't say #1, but delicious.
I told Jimmy, based on the picture he had, it had all of the right things.
Yes.
It was weird shape.
It was like the wood-fired, coal-fired oven.
Right. So it was weird shape, and also had a little bit of black around.
Yep,
the sides.
little burn
And
bubbles
it's like
and-
little burn bubbles and
Yep.
stuff. And I was like,
I love that.
that is what a pizza is.
And it was absolutely delicious.
Yeah.
I just can't say that it was like, I was like,
It was good.
I've had pizza that was this good before. It didn't blow me away. It didn't disappoint me at all.
Right.
And I also found like the first place to start steaming cheeseburgers. It says
Yeah.
the steamed cheeseburger is a thing there, where they have like the big metal box and they put them all on their side, and they're steaming cheddar
Yes.
cheese in a big thing also, and they like dump a bunch of gooey cheese on it afterwards. We tried those. Also very good. I will say, steaming them, you lose a lot of flavor, because like a lot of the fat
because it
drips
comes
out.
down. Yeah.
And they're not dry by any means, because they're steamed. But yes, my buddy Joey, who is in the patrons right now, that also mentioned Renegade. I was texting him. I sent him a video of Renegade.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, hey man, here you go.
You know what? If I had known that, I would have said, hey, for the next show that we do at Mr. Beery's in June, we should cover Renegade.
Oh.
We're not going to, but because the decisions have been made, and we can't change anything now.
Right.
Everything is set in stone.
Yeah, as things always are.
Always
with us.
are set in stone.
Yeah. Right.
So we're not going to do that.
No,
So
we're gonna do too much time on my hands.
we're not doing any sticks.
No,
sticks.
okay, we're not.
No sticks.
So,
Yeah.
I had the cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
And then the mystery show that I did not get to hear about. I also,
That was the first one.
Yes, that was Friday night.
Which is really cool.
We're driving in to see it, and I'm like, I don't want to know. I want to try and not know at all. I wanted to try and take my like Marvel movie
Right.
trailers thing with it. So, like, as we got closer to the venue, like, I just looked down, so I didn't see any signs. When we went into the venue, it was in Foxwoods. So I'm in there and I'm not looking up to see. I don't want to see any signs. I don't want to see any ads. I didn't see anything. And we actually got to our seats, which were amazing seats. We were literally like probably maybe 15 rows from the stage.
It was close.
Like, it was nuts.
The pictures you sent were like, damn.
Yeah. And I look up on stage and I see 2 chairs and I see 1 banjo. And I was like, a banjo? Are we seeing Steve Martin? And it was Steve Martin and Martin Short.
Yeah, that's so awesome.
And holy shit, that was one of the best shows I have ever seen.
Yeah.
In my life.
That's so awesome.
Like,
yeah.
So
it's got to be once in a lifetime kind of situation.
Yeah, that was like a bucket list that I didn't even know I had.
Right. You know? Yeah, I mean, like, I always had Carlin on my list because I'm just
well, of course, yeah.
But yeah, one of the things that I didn't realize that I really did need to see, and like as soon as you said that to me, like when you sent me the picture of the set,
yeah,
I was like, oh my god, I gotta see that.
Yeah,
because the way that they run their shows, and then the way you told me how they ended up running their shows and stuff like that, man, that is so cool.
I will say I just saw that they actually have a special ad on Netflix that, judging by the quick little ad for it, is probably almost the exact same show. I mean, I'm sure there was a lot of
ad-libs
and stuff like that, but the genesis of what was there. So if you go on Amazon and you check out Steve Martin and Martin Short's show, that's probably pretty close to what I saw. And man, it was like inspiring. It was inspiring for a direction to take something for if we do something. Yeah. Because we had been talking about doing a Bacon is My Pod Fest and trying to put something together that's like a variety show where we have bands and we have like a tattoo artist booth and we have like comedians and we do something and all over the place. So that weekend was just incredible. Chelsea Handler was so great. We had amazing seats for that too. We were probably 7 rows from the center stage at that.
That's
and
great.
Watching a comedian work out new material is something I love. Like I love new stuff. I like watching a band try out new songs. I love hearing new stuff when you and DJ and people and Joey sends me new stuff. I love hearing the creative process.
Yeah.
It inspires me. It makes me more creative. I learn stuff, and watching a comedian like work on stuff for whatever special is coming up next, you know, because she just released a special not too long ago.
Right.
And we saw that, and there was nothing from that.
Yeah.
Like zero material from that. This was all completely new stuff. And just also kind of watching her pause and gauge audience reaction was really cool, because it was really interesting to see, because it's not a finished product that's on Netflix where they are so used to
they know where
the
pause is.
They know the
pauses.
Yeah. This was like watching her kind of like gauge a response on something and then say something else, and maybe a laugh happened when she wasn't pausing and wasn't ready for it, and going mentally just being like, okay, so there's a place that I need to pause. Okay, there's a place where I need to let it breathe. Really cool. I love watching that process. I get like I analyze things way too much as it is, but I just get so into it. I try and get into the head of whoever's doing it, just to kind of like see if I can figure out that process and be like, how close is it to my process? And you know, I don't know. It's such a amazing time. And then I came back and it's been all doctor visits and weird shit. For the last week, we suffered in the family of Craving Strange. My bass player Monty, unfortunately, lost his father. And so we had the wake for that today, and the funeral's tomorrow. And that was, another thing that was going on this week. So he's been going through that over the past couple weeks. It's just been, man, just so many like ups and downs and craziness. But I will also say that my favorite thing that I heard about that whole situation, I do have a favorite thing about that situation, is that when my guitar player called Monty to see how he was doing and check on him, the very first thing Monty did was he goes, "Hey, I'm going to put you on the phone with my mom," and immediately gave his mom the phone to talk to Frank, and Frank was like, "What?" And Monty did it on purpose because he's amazingly funny without being outwardly funny. Quick reminder that this show is brought to you by our brand new sponsor, Mythical Beards. Check them out, mythicalbeards.com. You can get stickers, you can get hoodies, you can get all that kind of stuff, but most importantly, you can get shit for your face.
Keep your beard fresh, keep it clean, keep it groomed. If it's good enough for Mick Foley, God damn it, it's good enough for us.
I'm wearing the Kraken right now.
I am actually wearing the Dracula.
Nice.
And that's why I smell like an old-time barbershop.
If you go to mythicalbeards.com and use the promo code
BACON15,
you get 15% off your entire order. The show is also brought to you by our good friends at GrillYourAssOff.com, where you can also get 15% off of your order of all spices, grilling rubs.
They're delicious freaking sauces.
Yes, delicious sauces, all that kind of stuff. Every season is grilling season if you like to cook.
Yes.
So definitely check it out. GrillYourAssOff.com. Use the promo code
BACON because it'll keep grilling season all year fucking long.
15% off with the promo code. 10% off at drinkwildbills.com, where you can get all kinds of great sodas, which we've seen lots of mixers for. So keep sending them in. Hashtag drinkwildbills. Hashtag what's your bacon. Send us your beverage options
Of choice.
And also poddex.com. You can see them in another part of the show.
Yes, indeed.
But both of those, 10% off, use the promo code BACON. So
Yes.
check it out. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you got. Use them. Find them. If you can't remember what we just said, go to baconismypodcast.com. Everything's there. Check it out. Thanks for watching.
That is amazing. That is incredible.
Yeah. So, and then I got some great news from you today.
Whoa, wait.
That we will get into later. But before we do that,
Announcement number 2.
see, I want to hear how your week was.
It was something. We just recently released an episode that had some sensitive things surrounding it.
Yes.
A death.
The Scarlet Drive episode.
Yeah. And that was a little bit of a handful. It was literally the first one that I had ever dealt with. You know, like, listen, we've had a lot of bands and a lot of bands with past things and stuff. And the thing is, like, we're not, like, you guys know this, and I try and make that known to the people that we talk to and book bands with, is that I don't want to talk about the shitty stuff that happens in a band.
Well, we decided this from the beginning.
Right,
you know?
right. It's like, hey, this time, this thing, this part of this great thing that you did really sucked. Let's really, like,
let's hammer in on
poke on it.
Yeah.
And
well, that's why we have 7 questions. That's why
it's like you immediately
we're a
find
conversation about whatever they want to talk about.
We immediately find out about it could be about vetting the guest, but at the same time, it's the guest vetting us.
Yeah.
Because we set the tone. We set the stage for it.
Well, we have to earn trust really quickly.
Right. And,
you know?
and that's what that's all about. So You know, I'm not going to go through all of it, but long and short of it was, you know, it was a challenge to deal with leading up to it, and finally it dropping.
Deciding, okay, how do we approach putting this episode out? Because we spoke to him, we spoke to the singer, and it was only a couple weeks later that the previous member passed away.
Right. The other singer.
Right. And it was like, how do we release this episode now tastefully?
Right.
And should we put a disclaimer on it to let people know that that's not what we're talking about, or that we we recorded this early? That's there was a lot that went into it.
Didn't really want to get into all of that, but yeah, we had a disclaimer, and I'm sure some of you guys saw it before we did, and then on Friday we were asked to take it down because there was misinformation on it, which is, you know what, like.
We worked with the information we were given.
We were given certain information,
which is the same information that the PR company was given.
Right. So, you know, like for me, I was like, "Hey, this is wrong. Right. Yeah, let's take it down.
Yeah.
So that's more on the back end, but then the fears that I did have ended up kind of hitting us on Monday when we released that episode. Last Monday when we released that episode, and people were like, you missed a good opportunity to ask about Jordan and this and that and all that.
We had a couple of comments,
but there was the reviews. There was some reviews that came in, and social media comments, and you know, just like it was really the first time that I had dealt with, or we had dealt with this sort of
it wasn't even we, because I wasn't around to see it,
right?
Because I was I was gone, and two, I was occupied with all this other crap.
But it was just like, for me, it was like, man, you're like, you are checking out something called Bacon Is My Podcast. That's your first like, hey,
this is probably in depth.
Right.
And so gonna get to the dirt.
You know, long and short of it, you know, we released the episode on Monday. It got a little bit of kickback. The stuff on Friday got more of a kickback, you know, on some social media things and whatnot. And we responded accordingly, and you know, on Monday, we put out a statement about the episode, and you know, hopefully some of those people that changed their minds between Friday and Monday, and when we released things and talked things through, hey, I hope you're enjoying what we do, because we're not changing it.
Right.
We're not here to look for dirt. We're looking to have good conversation, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
We're looking to accentuate the fun things about why you love doing what you're doing, or hey, if you love doing what you're doing but are worn out by it, what do you do to not be worn out by it?
Sure.
That's what we do. And I did feel that we did have to talk about Jordan's passing, just because we recorded it prior to it, and you don't want to release something you don't want to release something afterwards to be like, hey man, we're just gonna ignore this whole thing.
Well, to be honest,
we gotta be sensitive to the situation.
To be honest, I'm really glad that we didn't talk about Jordan or their past situations or any of the issues that were in the band, because then we probably wouldn't have put that episode out at all.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Or it would have been in really poor taste.
Well, I do think that there are some things that ended up suffering for it and not getting.
Sure, yeah. I'm sure there were. So I'm glad that we didn't do that.
I mean, the fact that we held it in such esteem, that we treated the whole situation with taste and respect and stuff like that, it helped. The misinformation didn't help, but we're out the other side.
But you took some of that. You took some of that hard, though. You took some of that, like the. We didn't get a lot of hate, but you did take some of that hard, like. Which like, that's okay. That's totally.
You know what it is? It's like, on the initial like hit.
Yeah.
You're like, well, people hate it, and then like you look back and you're just like, no, you know what? Like, they just don't get what we do.
Right.
And honestly, with some of the comments that were less like, we got some super negative comments.
Yeah.
That I was just like, I'm not even going to let that exist in the narrative, because
you can't,
that is
not
cool.
Right.
Like, and I'm not even going to talk about it on this. Like,
right.
You and I could talk about it in another spot, but like, I'm not going to let that exist in the world, because that is wrong.
Well, it's dumb.
But
it's people going on to be loud.
I did get
and they're
people.
Dumb. You're dumb.
I did get people to go that were going like, this is a missed opportunity. You guys are crazy. I can't believe you didn't ask about this and this.
Right.
And I was like, I get it. I appreciate that. This is a promo episode, and we talk about music and replacing members and stuff like that, and the new writing and stuff like that. Give that episode a chance, right?
Check it out. If you don't like it, build your own podcast and ask people your own questions.
You know what? The positive to come from that was that we actually did get a decent amount of people to come back and say, wow, you weren't wrong. Like, what you did was right. And that was pretty cool. So that was good.
Absolutely.
So that happened. I was really looking forward to my daughter's birthday party.
Mm-hmm.
Lacey turned 7 a couple of weeks back. Nice. It's fucking weird.
It's
weird.
Hey, man. She could be turning 17.
Why are you going to stop putting that out in the world, man? Like, relax.
Well, I mean, let's all hope she gets to 17. That's just weird.
Yeah, no. Come on, man. But yeah, we were getting ready. I woke up that morning to find out that a good buddy of mine from my high school like core crew had passed away. He was struggling for a little bit the past couple of weeks. We were getting told that he was doing all right, and he was on the mend. And then, Friday or last Friday, things were kind of, once you start talking about blood pressure and stuff like that, it's like, oh boy, like when blood pressure starts dropping, it's not a good thing.
Right.
So I found out that morning that he had passed away, and that was a rough pill to swallow for me. I and you too, I'm sure. Just anybody in their 30s or whatever, like 30s and onward, let's just say, it's hard to maintain those relationships with people from your high school and from your
definitely
your past and stuff like that. And I was able to. He was one of the people that I was able to maintain a friendship with. You may not see each other every week, every weekend, every day, even every 6 months. But when you got into a room together, things were never changed. And you're always in each other's corner.
Those are the best, man. Those are the best kind of friends.
And he wasn't in my high school band and stuff like that, but he was always in the circle and with those high school people.
Right.
So I found that out actually the day of the birthday party, like the morning of. And the birthday party started at 11:30. So I needed to be A game. Like,
right, yeah.
Okay.
Right, yeah, you gotta be on. There's nothing you can do.
You know, like, I'm gonna be on. So we did that. I did have people come over to the house afterward that just one of the people were just complete polar opposite of what he was. And I don't want to turn this into a tribute show or anything like that, but my buddy Brian was the kind of guy who I called him the silent assassin, right? Mm-hmm. So, like, if he wanted to say something, when he said it, it meant something.
Right.
At the same time, Brian was absolutely the absolute smartest person in the room. I don't care who you are. He was smarter than you. And he would never for a second make you feel that way or make you know that.
Nice.
And, dude was assistant DA at...
Oh, wow.
In Nassau County, yeah. So...
Now, did I ever meet him anywhere? Would I have met him?
Maybe the LTOB release show.
Okay.
Oh no! I mean, some of the house parties that we've had here.
Okay.
Maybe. But yeah, he was around quite a bit. He's been having a rough go of it the past couple of years. But he was on the mend and stuff. But anyway, like the person that was here was not that, and man, that pissed me the fuck off. Like, oh man, yeah. It was just like one of those people that was like so misinformed and so desperate for people to take their opinion as the word. Mm-hmm. So that was rough. Then the next morning was Mother's Day, so I had to keep it turned on.
Keep it up, yeah.
And, just about halfway through the day, I just had a complete meltdown because it was just like, man, I can't even process this.
Right, that's a lot. That's a lot at once.
It's like this dude was here like a couple months ago, hanging out here. Mm-hmm. Like in this studio, he was here and he was hanging out and we were talking and we were having laughs and we were, and now he's not. So, it was dealing with that and then like kind of just, man, he was the first friend of the group.
The core group, yeah.
He was the first one to go of that core group of people and, just dealing with all that, dealing with the emotion of getting back into a room with like maybe even some of those people that have made you felt uncomfortable before,
okay,
and stuff. Man, it doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter when you're there because of him. Mm-hmm. It was a rough week for me in that regard. Not being able to process it for 2 days was like really messing with me.
Yeah, having to just hold on it, right?
Yeah.
Let me press pause on all this.
Yeah. Yeah. But, having the week and being able to like deal with it and think about things and just, you know what, man, like, even with this too, like, man, we're doing this because we enjoy it. Like, I'm going all in on the things I enjoy. My family, my friends, my kids. You know, this is something that, like, the podcast, it does, you know, in just even like a super crazy short period of time, has brought me an incredible amount of joy and an excuse to be with one of my best friends.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody that I admire and look up to, and like,
thank you, man. Same back at you.
Yeah, dude. It's like, you know what? I'm gonna go all in on this stuff, and you only live once, and it's time to treat life that way. So
I will say I had the same kind of I guess clarity type of thing, I guess you would say, with some of the stuff I've been going through and some of the questions that I had to wait for answers on, and and some of the questions I'm still having to wait for answers on.
Yeah,
but it does,
and like, given some of the situation that I was going through and some of the situation you were going through, it hit hard.
Yeah.
Like, oh, fuck, man. it hit hard.
Yeah, sorry, my timing really sucked on that.
yeah, thanks, asshole. I could say that to you because you're here now.
Yes, you can, absolutely.
But
it definitely.
You know what, man?
I feel you on that, man. Like,
life is too short.
It is too short.
It's too short to fucking. And we keep saying, don't say fuck.
Yeah.
But, like,
and you keep saying it.
I know.
I'm doing really good. You're doing terrible.
You're not. Go listen to this episode.
I am doing fucking great.
But
and our patrons are sending us hugs.
Yeah.
Sending hugs to both of us.
Much love.
You know? And that's I will say honestly, like, some of the things that that I definitely have thought about over the past couple of days and the last week were that, like, how much of what I'm putting energy into do I really love, and how much am I not doing things I want to do because I'm trying to think of what the best decisions are, and holding back on things because I'm trying to make the right move, or you know, like, all the things that I normally think about that I get too obsessed with. And then also, how much time am I spending with people that I want to be spending it with? Mm-hmm. And that's something that I will say that I feel very good about over the past year, is that I've been trying to do better at that side of it. Trying to be like, hey man, if I'm not having fun, I'm not going to do it. But this even has put me in more of a state of, like, man, do the things you love to do. Tell the people you love that you love them as much as you can, and make sure that every situation that you're in is better off because you're in it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. As someone way smarter than both of us said, be the type of person that you like to see come in a door. You know, and it's like trying to like mentally keep that and hold on to that, but then also appreciate that in others. You know, and it sounds like you had the experience, even though it was a great loss. You got to have the experience of being around somebody that you love seeing come in a door.
Yeah.
You know, and that's an awesome thing.
You know, the other thing too, you know, you know, you see how other people grieve and how other people deal with shit and stuff like that. And there was, you know, there was some buddies of mine that took it way harder, and some that don't live here anymore, and they were like, I should have been there and stuff. And it's like, man, you know what, dude? Like, if you didn't go and do your journey, like, you wouldn't be where you are today.
Exactly.
And if you don't feel good about it, I hope that this makes you know that you've got a home too.
Well, and you always have a choice, and you can always make a change.
It was like some deep shit, deep shit this week. Man. But the thing that I did want to say is that, you know, I'm not going to get into names and stuff like that, but especially in the Patreon community, they probably know about my past and stuff like that. And I'm not, listen, don't start texting or emailing or telling people that you know what's going on or whatever. Like, don't start talking about reunions or anything like that. But I did reach out to somebody in a past band who man, I'm done being upset, done being mad.
Oh.
Done being
I didn't know this, but I bet I can guess this.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Done being mad, done being upset, done waiting for the right time for anything, like any apologies or anything like that. You know what? In life there's never a right time.
Right.
I know this because I have 2 kids. There's never a right time for things.
Right.
But going through what I went through this week made me realize that there's never going to be a right time. But, man, reaching out and even getting a first response took so much weight off of me that I didn't realize that I held on to. So, yeah, man, like, this week is really
That's amazing.
Me to, like,
good for you, man.
Life's too short to hold on to shit, and like, yeah.
So many things matter so much less.
Dude, you know, like, that's why I reached out to them. I was like, you know what, man, like, honestly, the reason why we don't talk is so incredibly unimportant.
Right.
It's just so unimportant. You know, like, this life matters, not the bullshit. And
good for you, man.
Yeah,
good for you.
Just trying to use it as a growing, a way to grow, a way to get better. That's all we're trying to do. You know, that's all I'm trying to do is just try and be a better person every day.
Yeah, a little bit better than we were yesterday. Always learning, man.
And trying to leave the world better than the day you left it.
I tell you what, I don't know who I'm going to be, but I know that I'm trying every day to be better at being a better version of whoever that ends up being.
Yeah.
And I know that I can never again be who I was. Good, bad, or indifferent.
Right.
Because you learn more, you do more, you grow more.
You figure things out.
And you just have to do that. Well, I will say for my part of this, it is good to see you. Give me a hug, buddy.
Man,
hug you right here. I love you, man. And
love you too.
And sorry for my hand in that, you know.
Oh, stop! Fuck you! No,
I never want to be a. I never want to.
No. Just like some of that shit hit.
That's why I didn't want to tell you.
Yeah. No, it's not. It's because you want to surprise me and be like, shock radio. But you know what? At the end of the day, there's time for celebration, right?
Absolutely. You know that there's a yin and a yang in this world.
Yeah.
And like we've just been ramming some yang into you. And we're going to give you some yin.
Dude, like, we started this, less than 2.5 years ago.
Yeah, podcast news, everyone.
No. Now it's about 2.5 years.
Yeah.
Right. So we dropped our first episode in November of 2020.
2020.
It is now May of 2023.
Mm-hmm.
And we've done a lot of things. We have stopped drinking as much.
Yes.
During episodes.
We're trying to say fuck less.
We're trying to say fuck less.
Yeah.
Except for when we get super emotional.
Right.
But I'm super excited to say that we have, as of this morning, hit the top 5% of podcasts listened to globally.
Yeah. Which blows my mind.
Our first year and change, we got top 10.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean...
That's a lot of podcasts.
That's, like...
In the world.
Back then, it was like 2.8 million podcasts.
Yeah.
And now, it is about 3.1 million.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a fucking lot. It's a lot.
Yeah.
You know, like this morning, I look at our charts and there's some different little things that you can look at to podcast
analytics
demographics
are weird
and analytics are awful, weird, consistently changing.
Yeah.
Everybody goes, oh, it's all about downloads, and then other people.
We're getting a lot of congrats from our Patreons.
No, thank you. But let me.
But
finish
before we
this
get there,
we're gonna get that.
We'll get to you guys.
The a huge outlet called Listen Notes that you don't have to sign up for them. Because there are plenty of people that rank way higher than we do.
Yes.
That we did not necessarily... so we didn't sign up for this, but I do look at it from a distance and kind of just gauge how things are going. It seems to be a pretty good gauge for how this podcast is doing. If we should continue doing it, investing the time in and effort and things that we do. That is something that is super easy for a band, but we still continue to do that for
Right.
a band, even though the demographics weren't necessarily there. But this is, it's what it is. And as of this morning, we are in the top 5% of 3.1 million podcasts.
Yeah, you told me, and I was like, you were like, should we post this or say this? And I was like, whoa, is it real? Is it legit? Is this verifiable? Because I am shocked, honestly. We had a 5-year plan that we started with this, and that's what we committed to. And we said, look, we're gonna do this, and we're gonna have fun with it, and we're gonna see what happens, and we're gonna make adjustments where we can and try and grow it and everything, but let's give it this 5-year plan and give it a trajectory, and I've been consistently happy with as we've been growing, how we've been growing, but I was shocked and surprised this morning when you told me this. And man, I'm just like I'm blown away by it because we're just we're a couple of dudes that are coming on here and just trying to have conversations, just trying to have like real conversations that are interesting and fun, and we're just hoping that other people might find them interesting and fun also. But we're just talking to interesting people, and we're trying to have a good time, and we're trying to kind of bring a good time to you and bring some positivity online in a world where positivity doesn't always
shine
rank.
Or yeah.
I hate the steez. Excuse me.
Who brought the dick?
Sorry about that. I brought the dick. But yeah, so I didn't really know if we were going to build an audience, and I have to say that really it can be cliche to say it or whatever, but we got a couple comments from our patrons right now that like
you guys
I see you deserve this, and it's like no, we don't. No. We don't deserve it. We don't deserve anything. We don't deserve a damn thing.
Honestly, like if it wasn't for you guys,
yeah,
we wouldn't have done it in the first place.
Right. Like we're doing our best to earn this, and hopefully we are. But the reality is that these numbers are based on you guys. They're based on people listening. They're based on people coming back. They're based on people sharing, people interacting. So the only way that this gets anywhere is because of you guys.
Yeah.
You know?
And we only started it literally because of
a couple of you asked. Literally a couple of you in the patrons
here
asked us to. You were like, put a camera on. I'd love to be a fly on the wall. I want to hear what you guys talk about. You know, like that. Like this is your show. We're just kind of the dumb faces.
Right. You're like, oh, you guys are ballsy enough to ask dumb shit to people who matter in the world, and we were like, okay,
sure, yeah. Literally, our first interview was Mike goes, he said yes, and I was like, what? Oh, I guess we have to do an interview. Let me completely rip off and copy amazing shows like Hot Ones,
right.
or like Colbert. Let me completely rip off these things, and then through time develop our own thing together and figure it out and figure out what works and what doesn't. But still, even all that, it's based on you guys. It's based on what you like, what you don't like, how you react, what you think is cool, what you think isn't cool.
If you guys didn't continue to come back, we wouldn't have done this. We wouldn't have continued to do it the way we did.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have steered things the way we did. Anybody who had suggestions and comments and DMs, and especially in the first few years, like, this wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for you.
You guys are the reason that the show looks the way it does, that the way it sounds the way it does. We're the reason that it doesn't sound or look as good as you would like it to. But the reason that
he's not wrong.
That it's as good as it is because of you guys. So honestly, for all of you that listen every week, thank you so much. For those of you that go on Strangerhood TV and watch the show, thank you so much. For those of you that every now and then check it out, or for those of you that just jumped on and then went back and listened to all the old episodes, which also boosted the numbers of listens and stuff. Thank you so much, because that's what rates. That's the only thing that's rates.
Has really
they don't care if we're good. They don't care if we have good people on. It's just analytics. It just picks up numbers, and the only reason that we're getting any higher on any charts or noticed by anybody, the only reason that Manscaped is giving us stuff to let people shave their nuts with is because of you guys listening. If you weren't here, there'd be no reason for any of that. So I'm super excited. It's super awesome. And thank you so much. And to our patrons who are watching live, who we do this for live every week, a special full-bodied, clean nose and beanbag and testicles, cheeks. mouth kiss and hug to you guys, consensual, because you guys go above and beyond to help us as well. You know, I know we put extra episodes there and we do extra stuff there and we torture ourselves with hot food and all that kind of stuff. But
it's the reason why we haven't put it out on the main Strangerhood TV thing is because you guys deserve a little bit extra. And we're putting everything we have.
You deserve so much more than we actually are even able to give you.
You deserve we put everything we have into the podcast and into the Strangerhood stuff and whatnot, but you guys are legitimately I said it earlier, the lifeblood of what we do, and man, I can't thank you guys enough, and we want to work harder, and we're trying to actively work harder. Life is difficult. Life is difficult when you have health issues and deaths and actual jobs and stuff like that, but you guys make it just a little bit easier on us, so thank you, legit. Thank you.
Honestly.
You keep the lights on. You keep this podcast going. So we owe everything to you.
We'll be here as long as you're here because clearly you guys are making this thing work. So, keep spreading it. Keep doing what you're doing. And we do have a question.
Nope, that's not a question. That's a statement.
Do you have any females that have tried the ball shaver? Yes. Yes, I know a couple.
It is not just for males.
It is not just for males. So let's see here. Like we say, testicles, chesticles, cheeks. Well, skin is skin. Mm-hmm. Right?
So I wasn't sure where you're going.
I wasn't either. I wasn't either. I thought of a million things and I was like, can't say that. Don't say that. Probably shouldn't say that. Do not equate this to this.
I'm going to tell you what.
Do not.
When it comes to the Manscaped like scent stuff, not feminine.
Right.
Right.
Not the scents. No.
But
the trimmers,
they're where it's at.
Absolutely.
You have to go with the lawnmower. I wouldn't go with the hey, listen, if you got nose hairs and ear hairs,
hey, everybody's got nose hairs.
Hit a weed whacker. If you need the the beard trimmer. If you need the beard trimmer, get it.
Get it. It works. It works for ladies. It works for ladies too.
Yeah, the Lawnmower 4.0 is amazing.
I also use it for the pits.
See, I haven't done the pits yet.
Yeah,
I think I need to.
I'm You're
vain.
Yeah. I'm vain. I also I started the full-on man grooming thing when I was living in a van because hair is a breeding ground for bacteria, which would create smells.
Oh.
So I took as much hair off me as I possibly could back at that time because I was baby wiping myself clean.
Yeah,
a decent percentage of the time. So arm hair, armpits, all that was gone. So I just kind of got used to that, and so that's.
Imagine if they had Manscaped wipes when you were.
Oh man,
living there.
Oh man.
So fun story. I did get to see.
Thank you for that comment. If you're watching, you can check that out.
Thank you.
That's so very appreciated.
Thanks, Joey.
Thank you, Joey, very much.
Man, he's got me all. But oh man, so about Manscaped, I went to a show. Mm-hmm. Went to a show at the Paramount in the middle of those shit show weeks, and before my friend passed away, I thought that going to a metal show was really gonna just release all the demons, and it fucking did.
Yeah,
it did.
It's a good thing you got that.
Yeah, because otherwise I would just be I'd be a blithering mess now. But I forgot to put on deodorant. I took a shower prior, and then I was driving to the Paramount. It's about a 25, 30-minute drive. And I go, oh, fuck. I forgot deodorant. But I did have my ball wipes with me.
Nice.
Ball and butt wipes.
Ball and body and butt.
And the way that I see
Triple
it
B.
is if it's good enough to get your butt smell to go away.
Yeah.
It's definitely good enough to get your armpit smell away. Guess what? Worked like a charm. Great. The whole show. Not even...
Oh.
No, not even
well, they are
just
pH balanced as well.
Not even just like prior to the show where it was like...
And this isn't even the contractually obligated.
No. This is just like...
This is just...
This is the podcast.
This is the other
okay,
stuff.
We had our podcast. Here's like past the mushy gushy part.
Right.
Manscaped ball and butt wipes on the armpits.
Crop mops, man. Crop mops.
It is. By the way, hold that up. You see that gray?
Mm-hmm. Do not flush.
Yeah, do not flush, guys. Do not flush it. But yes, Donna. Yes, you did most of it. Missed most of it.
You did. You would have loved this one too. We got super mushy.
You got mushy. You got a little mushy. Hi.
Got a little deep.
But yeah, guys. Thank you so much for everything. Thank you so much for... Man, we wouldn't be where we are without you.
Yeah.
It is really, really awesome to have amazing people like you behind us. We're working on some stuff. We're definitely working on some things to like not just be in the confines of the studio.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it be going out to other festivals like we did with So What and had a ton of fun with.
Possibly making our own festival?
Possibly make our own festival. Possibly bringing that thing out of state.
Yeah.
And having fun with it. Shit. If we're able to do so, I think patrons can definitely get down with some of it. I think they'd have fun, especially if they enjoy some of the guests of the festivals. You know, we found out today that I thought Florida was the second most listened to state.
Yeah, it's.
By the way, guys.
Thanks, Florida.
Wow. Yeah. Thanks, Florida. I don't think any of them are patrons, but you should be. But
if you are, let us know.
New York, you are half of the listens.
Yeah.
Than Florida.
We gotta up those numbers.
Like,
we gotta up those numbers.
Guys.
That's our home state.
Like,
that's our home.
Come on, guys. Let's go. Gee, I hope you changed your number and everything to Maryland. That would help our Maryland numbers. But, hey, listen. I do digress.
BIMP Town Hall. Ooh.
What?
Suggestion from...
BIMP Town Hall.
BIMP Town Hall.
I like that.
I like that.
We're going to do something. We're going to do some stuff.
We'll do a town hall.
We're going to do something.
And we'll be honest. We'll be honest in our
some
town hall.
Fun stuff. I promise. I promise that we got some shit coming up. We got some things and stuff, and we're going to make some really awesome things happen. And those really awesome things happening is all because of you.
Yes. So see, we started this show at a medium. We brought it down.
Mm-hmm.
We brought it down, but then we brought it back up because that's what you got to do in life. You got to bring it back up, right? When things are sad, you got to go, "Hey, yo, what's your bacon, man?" And then you got to bring it back up. You start to feel a little down. You go, you know what? What's my bacon? And you bring it back up. You know, whenever life hands you lemons, make bacon.
Yeah.
Because bacon is way better than lemons.
Agreed. Real quick.
Right?
Where do they find you?
Oh, yeah. You know where to find me. Jimmy G's Shoes on all the socials. If you were on my socials, you saw my pictures from my trip.
Escapades.
On my escapades. I only put them in the, the daily one, so they go away. So, you got to stay on top. Stay on top of it. Stay on top of it. Right? But Jimmy G's Shoes on all the socials. My band Craving Strangers at cravingstrange.net. You can find all our music there. We got some shows coming up, and we might even be doing some more. I think we're going to be just doing a, hey, we want to play in your backyard this summer. So we'll get into some stuff, and we'll let some stuff out there. We got new music that we're working on now. cravingstrange.net. Find all the stuff. baconismypodcast.com, where you can pick up a hardcore Bacon is My Podcast t-shirt. This is the front.
That's a hardcore punch.
Ask Joey.
At Joey. No.
You do David Lee Ross pin kick. Show him the back.
The back?
Yeah, if you're not watching on strangerhoodtv.com, you should jump over there where all of our shows are, plus a lot of bands from our local scene, plus our bands are there, and we're all putting stuff out there. This is the back of the shirt. You can find it at baconismypodcast.com under the Bacon is My Fashion section. Mike and I are also doing a live stream every week on Twitch, twitch.tv/baconismypod, where we are writing, recording, tracking, learning.
Yeah, actually learning the songs.
The Bacon is My Passion EP that we will be releasing later this year.
Yep.
So stick with us for that too. Find all that stuff, plus all of our great sponsors and all the best deals and all the best prices and everything. baconismypodcast.com. Just go there and you'll find everything. Where can they find you, man?
Personally, me, my own self, Mike. I had a birthday party for my daughter.
Yeah.
We saw Mario.
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
I want to see it.
It's so good. If you weren't in Connecticut, you could have come.
Yeah.
Had all the free popcorn you wanted.
We got bottomless popcorn at Chelsea Handler.
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
Which was pretty great.
Yeah, at me, my own self, Mike, you can also see my new tattoo, which I got from Space Ace Tattoo on Belmore. Craig Messina, hit him up. Great facility. I've been going to him for years, and I'm hoping we can get maybe to talk into doing some stuff at a Bacon is My Podcast, Podfest locally.
Let's figure it out.
About it. But yeah, that and my band, Something Heavy, we have a new single coming out. We had one come out last month.
Now there's another one?
There's another one.
Nice.
Before the Beery Show, you hear it here first. Just to Live Again is coming out the Thursday prior to our show at Mr. Beery's on June.
If you are local 16th. To the New York area, June 16th.
Otherwise, June 15th would be the release date.
All right. If you are local to the New York area, Mike's band Something Heavy and my band Craving Strange are both going to be playing at Mr. Beery's in Bethpage on the 16th of June. You should check that out. We're also with our good friends Revel 9. You may know DJ from his show, The Top 20, which is also over on strangerhoodtv.com, which is the YouTube channel that houses all of our stuff. Thank you guys so much for listening. From Wish.com, Kevin Owens, and Wish.com, Jonathan Davis, we want to thank you for being here with us today.
I get KO.
Yeah, you get KO, 100%.
All right, cool.
You guys are awesome. We love you. And remember to ask yourself every single day the most important question, the thing that will brighten your day, the thing that will take you from a low to a high, the thing that makes everything taste better, sound better, feel better.
Wait, she said, can I get it early for my birthday? You know what, patrons? For you, comes out Tuesday. This Tuesday.
Patrons, you get a new song this Tuesday.
So when it comes out for patrons, it will be out the day before this actual show comes out. So that's a benefit to being a patron.
And if you hear this and you decide to join Patreon after you hear this, you can still get it. You can get it early, so jump on over there and check it out. Thank you guys very much. Remember to ask yourself every day, all the time. What is it?
Let's wait till somebody. What's the question we got to ask everybody? I got it.
What's the question? Somebody post it.
Somebody post it
so we can put it on the screen.
So we can put it on the screen. What? No. What is not the question?
That's not it.
That's not the question.
What is the question? What is the question?
This might not be a good idea.
Who's gonna get it first?
Whoever gets it first will get a.
We'll get it put on the screen. What's your bacon?
What's your bacon?
Thanks, Def Chick 23. We out.